Hello, you, and welcome to the I Have No Clue podcast. This is the first episode. My name is Doreen Cornelia, especially because it is not very easy to pronounce my name when you see it written. I go by Cornelia in English. In this first episode, I want to take you along in my story up until now, because no success has come in an instant. What you can expect here are stories about me, my life, but mostly about how I got to where I am right now. What are my tips and tricks on improving your life, going for your goals, create the life that you want. So it will be going about manifesting or beliefs you can have that are limiting and how you can change those. So yeah, let's get started on my story. I was born 28 years ago in the Netherlands, in a town very close to Amsterdam. Fast forward a couple years. I love to sing. I think the whole street could hear me, even as a child. It's still the same right now. And I like horses. A lot. From the first moment my parents took me to a barn for riding classes, I had this dream of having my own horse one day. My parents wouldn't budge, of course. So when I was 11, we took in a foster kid for a couple of years, which taught me to stand up for myself and that everyone, no matter who you are, where you come from, or what you're doing, everyone is important. It was kind of a defining period in my life. And once she has gone to live somewhere else, we went to travel to Africa. And Africa, we started in the south of Africa and we traveled all the way up to Zambia in a group. And I was in the truck and I was looking at all the, nothingness, basically. And I thought, wow, I couldn't be happier. Like, literally, this is it. This is what I want in life. This is what I want to feel. So it was very kind of defining moment for me. And it was also the moment that I fell in love with travel. So I did a lot of traveling after that. And with everything happening in the world at that time, which is nothing compared to what's happening right now, I was very interested in sustainability and how this earth worked. So that's why I started a bachelor degree here at the University of Amsterdam, which is called Future Planet Studies. And Future Planet Studies is not as futuristic as it sounds. It's about how it works, how sustainability is, and it was like a little bit of everything. And I love a little bit of everything. I had a lot of fun during this studies, and I even went abroad. I went to study in Canada for a semester, which was amazing. I still have friends from that time, and we have like these amazing conversations about life. Life and the things that are different in our countries, but also like what do we want and how do we get there. I went on to do a master's degree in water management, and that was the moment I got mentally ill. I got a depression at the start of my master's, and I got treatment, and my psychologist told me, whatever you do not quit your master's degree. Just continue, go there. You need structure in your life, etc., etc. And this don't quit even when you don't like it. And I get it, because during a depression it's kind of important to keep moving and all those kind of things. But it wasn't a really good fit for me. So, I did what he told me. So I finished my master's degrees with even better marks than I would have gotten if I had not gotten sick. And it was around the same time that I read a book about implementing the 4-hour work week. It wasn't like the bestseller 4-hour work week everyone a lot of people have read, including me right now. But that was the first time I read about how to use your time effectively instead of like just the hours. Because what I learned during my depression was that I could do with less hours, get better marks, learn better, do anything better, basically, with less time, because I did it at the moment that I felt like it. So this book on how to implement that in your life by becoming an entrepreneur, it really touched a thing with me. So that's when the seed was planted. I wanted to become an entrepreneur. Even though I had no clue, absolutely no clue about what an entrepreneur was. I didn't come from a family with a lot of entrepreneurs. My mom still works in healthcare, and my dad used to work at the government. And there was literally no one around me that was an entrepreneur. But I knew I wanted to do that. And I got a boyfriend who also started his own business. And I really saw that that was what I wanted too. It wasn't easy to go for it though. So I took the easy way out and I got a job after my master's degree. I actually hated it. I really totally didn't like it up until the point that I was like, okay, I cannot do this forever. I have to change. I have to do something about this. I want to start my business, but I don't know how. And so the whole entrepreneurship kind of thing was, I want this, but I've got no clue how to get there. See what I did there? I have no clue podcast. That's why. I had to justify every single hour or half hour to what I was doing and for which project, and I had like over 30 projects at the same time. It was just not for me as a person. So I went on to go for a new job. Surprise, surprise. I hated that job too. But here was a guy, a coach, who started around the same time as I did. And I told him, like, I have this dream about becoming an entrepreneur, and I might want to do it in horsemanship for horses, like become an instructor or something like that. And he was like, okay, what do you need to do? Which steps do you need to take? What do you need to launch this business? And we got talking, and we did a lot of talking. And he told me, like, I think I know something that's really gonna help you in your life. You really, really should, like, do this. And the thing he was talking about, it was taking an NLP course, an NLP practitioner course. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is just a fancy way of saying that you are going to implement some really, really successful ways that other people have done before you to improve your life, basically. It's a personal growth course. And I was like, that is not scientifically proven. I mean, I did 2 university degrees and all those kind of things. Science was everything to me at that point. So I was like, no, this is not gonna happen. And then I met someone else because I wanted to get my horsemanship instructor certification. And I asked her, like, what is the thing that made the biggest difference for you in your life? And she was like, yeah, I did NLP, the practitioner, the master, the trainer's course. If you really, really want to improve yourself, go for what you want, be able to communicate with people, that even the people you don't like, that you can communicate with them, to feel like self-worthy, go and check out NLP. And I was like, fuck yeah, I need to check this out. So I did that. I checked it out and was like, this is it. This is the magic. I need to do this. So that's what I did. During the first practitioner, I had written down as a goal to buy a horse. And I always felt like I need to have the money, I need to have this, I need to be able to do that. I had like all kinds of things that I needed to check off first before I could actually buy a horse. Before the end of the practitioner, I bought a horse. Her name is Lena. She's my best friend in life, basically, because she's always there when I need her to be. But still no business. I still didn't have a business. I went on to do the master practitioner in the same year. I was like, I can't get enough of this. I need to continue. I'm like addicted to the stuff. So I went on to do a master practitioner in NLP. And after that, I found my first business coach because I really, really knew I need help to learn entrepreneurship skills, because I was very aware of the fact that I didn't have them, and that I needed someone to help me out and teach me all this kind of shit. So I was busy with my business coach. I still worked at a job I didn't like, and my horse was unhappy at the barn she was living at, and that added up to be too much for me. I couldn't relax at my horse. I didn't like my work. I hated it. And I was building a business on the side, and I had no clue what I was doing. I was stretching my comfort zone on and on. And the universe literally forced me to slow down. If you do too much and you can't take it anymore, they will make you sick. So that is what happened. It was the second time in my life that I got a mental illness. This time it was not a depression. It was anxiety. And the anxiety came with all the related burnout symptoms. I couldn't concentrate anymore. I couldn't do a lot of things. I could do like walk. And I could go to my horse because I moved her to a better place. But I just needed to slow down for, I think, 8 months. I did almost nothing. I got treatment for my anxiety too, for trauma triggers. I got EMDR treatment, which worked really, really well. I'm very grateful that those kind of things exist nowadays. And I knew I wanted to do EMDR because I knew talking was not going to solve anything. I did my NLP practitioner. I did my NLP master. I knew talking and looking at a different way at my shit, it was not going to help me at all. Because I already did that. I reframed everything I could, but the anxiety stayed. So I got the right treatment. And in this treatment, I decided I needed to leave my job and full focus on becoming an entrepreneur and having my own business. And I knew doing it all by myself, all alone, was not going to bring me as far as I wanted to. So that's when I found business coach number 2. And she pushed me over the fear of taking action to attract clients, which is something I'm very grateful for, because I don't think, well, I would have started eventually when the pressure was even higher than it was at that point. And well, that's actually where we are right now. I love podcasts, and even though I'm an introvert, I like talking to my phone and to you guys. So here it is, the I Have No Clue podcast. And what you can expect here is personal growth, how to change belief, manifestation, setting goals, personal stories of my life, just as this one, tips and tricks on how to work effectively, even though you might have no clue. See what I did there? And how this is gonna work, I'm gonna put up an episode at least once a week. They're not gonna be 2-hour versions of stuff. I like to keep it short and simple. And you are here at the right place. If you love personal growth, like I do, if you love improving your life, getting out of your comfort zone, be prepared to be amazed, shocked, but definitely loved as a person. For more tips and tricks, follow me on Instagram at Doreen Cornelia. I hope to see you there. I would love to hear from you.